not only do you have to fear God, you have to be a faithful family, but you got to be willing to understand that faith is first. Faith is first. We want folk to go get good education so we get a good job, be productive members of society. That's all good. But then we spend all our money once we get a good job. Make not y'all, your neighbors. Because we forgot that God said be good stewards. And then maybe you save yours works, your 401 is fat, so you don't even have it. Maybe yours is that right through here, there are some challenges on your job, and you're worried about if you're going to make the next cut. And without faith, you're on the string dangling. But with faith, you know that God can do exceedingly and abundantly. You know one thing that I noticed about these prayers, that even from Thomas to Dariel, they made some comment about the good times and the bad times. Now, Dariel, I think, was the oldest, and he was a freshman in high school. But he was real clear about there's been some good times. And you ain't got to get old and toothless to be able to say you've been through the storm. Let somebody come and take your milk money. Want to be friends with somebody, they talk about you because you don't have on Air Force Ones. You got something, you got some over at Target. You come and you can't quite, you dyslexic, and you can't quite make the lines and the letters line up to the way they was written in the book. And then people start talking, go get your first pair of glasses in the 3rd grade. Yeah. You come to school, and you come to school and you didn't floss in. You got all some old name brand stuff, and your stuff ain't really. You come, go to high school somewhere. Go to high school and you're not cool and clever. You don't have a Wii or a Game Boy or an Apple. You go and ask somebody to go to the homecoming dance, and then they won't go with you because you ain't know you deal with that hurt. Go home sometime and you gotta listen to mama and daddy fuss, fight, and cuss at each other. Maybe you ain't got mama and daddy. Maybe you got mama and or daddy or mama and mama, or daddy and daddy. And then these children need to understand the dynamic of faith that yea, though I walk through the valley and the shadow of doom, I will fear no evil, for God is with me. That's the church's job, to tell them that even though storm clouds may rise, we serve a God of the wind and the rain, who can speak to the clouds and the boisterous seas and say, peace. We want to fix it. We want to make it cute. But God is looking for people that fear Him. He's looking for a familiar unit that is faithful, and yet He's looking for people of faith. We send our kids to school for 8 hours. They're out of our head. But for 8 hours, they're under the care. Some of them are good people, but some of them got issues. A lot of them are good people, but some of them got bills they need to pay. Their money is funny at home. They worry about cut-off notices too. And then they got a class full of 4th graders who can't sit down and be quiet for just 20 minutes. Y'all got to run around phone, you texting and somebody in the third grade can't spell text message yet. And I got to sit here and put up with you all day long. You done got on my last nerve. I can't stand you. I can't wait till June comes. But I leave now, but I need the check. You better have faith that while you are away from your children, you can bow down on your knees and say, Lord, send holy angels, send warring angels, send healing angels to watch after mine and the ones that don't have nobody to pray out on the to see in the name of Jesus. Psalm 127 tells us that children are a glory and a blessing from God. God is looking for some people for faith. It's good to have children who say, I know how to. We want some people who can say, now I've seen some trouble, but I know how to get over. And isn't that a wonderful thing to be of the age of these children? This is the point, this is my last little thing. You know, I think sometimes people have a hard time understanding the nature of who I am. Because, you know, I'm a little different. But when I learned how to play the piano, and I understood and learned the little scales and how to transpose keys, and I didn't learn that down at the conservatory. I learned that in the fellowship hall at the Friendship Church. First time I had a discussion with somebody about interest and dividends and savings, I wish I would have had that in the schoolhouse, but I had it down at the Friendship Church. First time somebody critically graded my work and then gave me a critical analysis of my critical mistakes, other than this good group, it was somebody down at the Friendship Church. My first exposure to the continents, and in particular to the continent of Africa, and the historical and cultural relevance that we have as a people was not out of my world history book, but it was at the Friendship Church.